Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Trading Room for Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It's not financial advice. Trade your charts, not mine. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right. This is our only session today. No crude oil inventory session this week. It's going to be Thursday. The inventory report is Thursday at noon. Crude gets target 1. We took a stop in reverse. $13 to $21. It's an 8-tick loss, 16-tick loss. We pick up 11 to target 1 and 1 on the trailer because of the stop and reverse adjustment. Calculator's tracking the trade without adjustment, so that's why it's still showing in it. Stop and reverse entry was 21, so our stop was at 22, and it did come back and hit that. So we pick up 12 ticks, and we're down 4. We need the third trade. Pound Aussie is in a long, got in sync. And when it came down through here, Micro Russell has looks like that went too far. And it stops out at break even. Anyway, that had just a little bit of a wick on it. 1.4 was right at target 1. Market is open. And market is doing some wild things. That's probably going to be a stop out at 26. Stop and reverse would have been at 23. Would be a get in sync at 21 would be what I would do. That was too fast to catch on the way up. Soybeans with a potential long trade coming. Micro Russell with a long trade. Oh, was that too fast? 10, 12. Yeah, there's a pullback, so that one should be in. got trailer and would have moved up one tick. I would have gotten targets 3 and 4. There's a new long. That one is avoidable, I would expect. There's a short. There is the entry. Got a wick on that. Let's see where we are here. Yep, that's enough to move it to target 2. Unleaded hits target 2, comes back and stops out. So that target 1 got power of quitting on the first trade, 906. Just a partial for target 2 traders. Target 2 traders pick up this long at 917. And that gets target 2 traders POQ. So that is done. So we'll go back and look at micro NQ, and I got to get it marked up. Wait 4 minutes for our first trade. Not quite there yet. All right, that hit the entry and the stop. So that trade is off the table. You take a short, stop and reverse to long, money management. So we get a breakage, loss and a break even. Now we had the same entry and stop. I'm going to say that's a no trade. Pound Aussie approaching money management. Well, I am getting a target and partial. Short was way too fast to catch. Long, definitely in that trade. So that takes a full stop out. And we get a target 1 and some target 1 on the on Pound Aussie. So that will be power quitting trade. Target 2 is our next goal. Target 1 worth 15 pips. Stop at 568. Entry was 566. So 2 pips on the trailer. Four positions still in play. Crude stops out. We get that's just barely a squeeze zone. Entry just below the 200. Keeps us out of the short. Micro NQ. We're in our trade window now. Have not gotten the long setup on soybeans. Well, I am doing all sorts of things. There's another pip to 569 on the pound Aussie trailer. Micro Russell just barely sets a new session low. YM with a session low, and Micro NQ with a session low. And Micro NQ with a long trade. Should be in, I expect. Money management. And target 2. So first trade on the Micro NQ is a win. We'll move our next goal up to target 3. We have a stop out at break even and then reverse to short tick later, it looks like. And that went up and hit. That should have been an avoidable trade, I think. That went right back up after just spiking through the entry. That would have been extremely difficult to execute that trade given the time available. And data's running behind again. The YM is just going nuts. That's what's probably slowing my data down. Short trade on the micro Russell. Just to go down a tick. Oh, that's right. That's the one that, never mind. That one was the same situation as the micro NQ. Entry and stop. Back to the entry. So no trade on both of those. Now Aussie pulls back and now headed back up again. Stop moves up to 572. That's 6 pips. That's 24 pips just on the trailer so far. Since there are 4 positions still in play. We got 15 on target 1. Soybean sets a new session low. No trades there yet. Micro NQ and YM set session lows. Micro Russell moved up strongly off the session lows. And now the micro NQ setting new session low, more new session lows, as is the YM. Micro Russell headed down and then bouncing. Only active trade right now is the pound Aussie. We can take one more trade on crude, the 9 a.m. session. Target 2 on pound Aussie would give us 25 pips. That would take us to 40 on the targets. Long trade on the micro Russell, that should trigger in. Yeah, that's trailing. It's money management. Definitely going to be and that's a target. It's going to be a target 2 and 3 trade. So final fixed target goal is target 3. Same thing on the micro NQ. You're up through target 2. Go to target 3 now. In fact, we just hit target 3. Trailing there. Trailing the micro Russell through target 3. So remaining trailing position. Actually, we just missed target 3 on micro NQ. $45.3 for the trailer on the micro Russell. 573 for the pound Aussie stock. Stopping out of the micro NQ and triggering into a short. And taking a full loss. So we get 2 wins and loss. And we have a new long. Micro Russell pushing up. Trailer beyond target 3 now. This is a very strong winner. Money manager on the micro NQ. Short trade in micro NQ now. We got a break even on that trade. Trade number 4. So we are in trade number 5. Second loss, long trade. That has not triggered yet. Trade is still valid because it never triggered in. And we go short. Trade number 6. Final trade. Micro Russell stopped out and now has a new long trade. Definitely lots of time to get into this one. And third loss on the micro NQ. So that trade plan is done. Money management on the micro Russell and starting to trail target 3 and 4. Trailer at 52.8. Still nothing on soybeans. One more pip on the pound Aussie trailer. 74, that's 8. 32 pips on the trailer so far. Another solid win for micro Russell. And we stop out of the pound Aussie, not taking the short, but ending the trade is power of quitting. So we get 15 pips for target 1, 32 on the trailer, 47 pips, one and done. There is target 3 on crude, or I'm sorry, trade number 3 on crude. Taking some heat. Micro Russell just off to the races. $56.7 for the trailer now. Chop zone filtering trade, long trade out on soybeans. 58.2 for the micro Russell. Let's see, that's 1, 2 wins. That was a no trade. That was a no trade. Break even. Loss. That was a no trade. That was a win. That's 5. Oh no, that was a no, that one was too fast. No, it did come back. That's right. So that was a win for trade number 1, no trade. Loss for trade number 2. Break even for number 3, no trade. No trade. 4 was a win, 5 was a win. And that just stopped out. 1 trade remaining. Potential new long trade coming up on the micro Russell. 61.7 would be the entry, I believe. That long trade on crude is a get in sync for the 10 o'clock session. Should be in it for the 9 o'clock session. I would say the long is probably avoidable on micro Russell. Take the short. If the long wasn't avoidable, that was the last trade anyway. Gotta move down 1, and you take a full lot. So it's a loser either way you go. And micro Russell is done. And the short is a exit point for 9 o'clock and actually the exit point for 9 o'clock would be at 27. We did get there. Entry for 10 o'clock would be 29. And we should be in that. Targets 2 and 3 are our actionable targets. So 10 a.m. crude in the short. 9 a.m. trade was a down session, unfortunately. All right, both our catapult charts, micro Russell and micro NQ, are done. Unleaded was done. 9 a.m. crude is done. 10 a.m. in process. YM is done. Soybeans, pound Aussie is done. Soybeans and crude are our only active charts. Crude trying to get pushed down to money management at 19, it looks like. Yeah, entry was 29, so money management would be 19. Target 2 at 18, target 3 at 13. Crude pushing down toward at 19, 58.19 is our money management down to, and there it is, 58.19. So stop comes to break even. 58.28 and targets 2 and 3 that quickly. So that is power of quitting. Since we had not triggered the get in sync, then that's not a stop and reverse for the 10 a.m. session. So we get 11 and 16, 27 pips. What was our loss? We're down 4. We go 42 to 27 is 15, 30, 34. We get 30. Yeah, break even day basically. Three ticks positive. So that'll be pretty much eaten up in trade costs. Soybeans looks like it's about to get a short setup. We got to have another down bar, but we'll get a short trade if we get it. Well, no, I say that. Actually, we probably won't get a short trade off of this on soybeans. That's going to be that would effectively be a white trade, which needs the histogram to have turned blue in order to set up. So not going to get one there. So given that we haven't had any trades at all on soybeans as yet, and everything else is done, I am going to call in the morning. We will be back tomorrow, 9:30. Regular 9:30 session tomorrow. Regular 9:30 session on Thursday. Crude oil inventory report is due out Thursday at noon. I will not do a session for that this week because of the later hour. We will see everybody tomorrow, 9:30. And let's stay long enough to see if we get a short here. I don't expect so. Looks like we probably will get the cyan line crossing below, but we've not gotten back up into the blue histogram, so not going to get a white trade. And this would be a counterpunch setup, which would need us to get the histogram to turn blue before it sets up. So that is not going to set up a trade, even if it does close down. The last three, so our stop exhaustion dots are going to be up at 05.5, so up here. So definitely would be in white trade territory, but not going to happen. So with that, I will say goodbye, and we will see everybody tomorrow at 9:30. Everybody have a good one.